you can tell me whatever you want to tell me. I will not believe it.
Suspicious conditions is what I'll go for.
Shah Rukh khud aake bolega, I will still not believe it.
And of course, nobody cares about that.
I'm distancing from this. I don't want any legal action against me.
Hi and welcome to a new episode of Khandaan podcast. My name is Asim and I'm joined with my lovely co-host Amrita and Sujoy.
Hey everybody.
Hello.
This is take 2.
Since the internet has basically exploded, conspiracy stories have been abound. So we're delving into that. This is our conspiracy theory episode. This is the conspiracies that we believe. Amrita, you're going to go first. What is a conspiracy that you believe?
I believe Divya Bharti was murdered.
Ooh.
Disclaimer.
Please don't sue us.
This is just an irrational belief, you guys. Don't come for us.
I mean, if flat earthers can have access to a voice, I think we can also talk about conspiracy.
I mean, this is not even like a conspiracy that we have given birth to or something that...
We are not the propellers of all these theories. These already exist and we are just discussing it here, whether we believe it or not.
And this particular conspiracy has been alive and kicking for like 30 years at this point, like ever since Divya Bharti died. I feel like a lot of people today don't know who Divya Bharti was or what she meant for our generation. But there was a point in time where she was in everything. She was Sunny Deol's heroine. She was Rishi Kapoor's heroine. She was Shah Rukh Khan's heroine. Like Shah Rukh made his debut opposite Divya Bharti. She was just like everywhere. She was like a huge star with Govinda.
Yeah.
Like everybody knew who Divya Bharti was.
Yeah, she started really early.
Yeah.
But then also was condensed to a career of just 2 years where she did 24 movies or something. And
insane number of movies. Like I think it was more than that. I think it was something like 36 movies or something. And she was in even more. But after her death, those movies were finished by Ravina Tandon and Ramba and like a whole bunch of other people. She was about, I think, 16 when her movies first started coming out. I think she started in the South. She was 16. And then by the time she was 19, she was a superstar and she was dead, which is insane.
Yeah.
The thing that makes me suspicious is the fact that there were only like 2 other people in the room with her. And that's Nita Lulla, who everyone knows as a frequent collaborator for Aishwarya Rai in the 90s and early 2000s. I think she designed some of Aishwarya's most criticized outfits at Cannes and everything. But Nita Lulla and her husband were there for a costume fitting. And apparently Divya was high as a kite, as the saying goes. And she threw her head back to laugh or something because she was a very animated girl. And she overbalanced and fell off the windowsill. Is that likely? Yes, I can see that's a likely scenario. Is it also likely that she might have been murdered? Yeah, I can see that.
Where do you stand on this one, Sujoy?
Suspicious conditions is what I'll go for. I'll plead the 5th, but suspicious conditions. Yeah, I think... just wrapping it under the carpet of conveniently, she was high and she fell off as accidentally, sure, but it sounds too convenient. So, but I don't know, what's the underlying story, why, who would have benefited from that, or who would have harmed if she had lived.
To be fair, a lot of the Divya was murdered storyline also comes from the fact that she ran off and married Sajid Nadiadwala, who was much older than her at that point. He's from the Nadiadwalas are Bollywood financiers, right?
Yeah.
Which is an inherently shady group of people. And
just by proxy of association.
Literally. They don't even have to do anything. Everyone's just like, you're one of those. Money. Huh? So, and he and Divya basically met on a film set. she was super young, and the moment she turned 18, she basically ran off and married this guy. So when he died, her family was very, very like, oh, like, hamari beti se shadi karke, like, you know, he took her away and then like murdered her, like that kind of a thing. But even today, if you say Divya Bharti, was it like a murder or was it like a suicide or an accident? There are still people from Bombay who will come into your comment section and say that, you know, I know the Divya Bharti's parents or her family, and she was 100% murdered. So I don't know.
I'm distancing from this. I don't want any legal action against me.
By very rich people.
Yeah, exactly.
Clearly, right?
London tak pahunch ke aa jayenge.
Conspiracy theory number 2, man. Sujoy, you have one.
Yeah, my conspiracy theory is very much data-centric.
Of course it is.
I'm the Chandler Bing of this podcast, and I believe that the box office numbers reported by Bollywood studios are heavily inflated. What and who does it benefit? It's basically to save face for stars who cannot open anymore, or possibly build an initial momentum for people to, you know, think. Because I guess the trend now is that if a movie does not open to an opening weekend of 100 crores, people are not even interested. That's become the sort of benchmark ki movie chal rahi hai ki nahi, movie achhi hai ki nahi, is become the movie ne 100 crore ki hai ki nahi.
Yeah.
So people often tend to like, there is a lot of like crowdsourcing happening. I don't know if that is deliberately from the studio itself, or I don't know who are these really fanatic fan clubs who are doing it on behalf of studios and if they are getting paid, but they are like block booking, you know, cinema halls, and when people actually turn up, it's pretty much empty. So you can see like screenshots of Book My Shows, which the seats are all full, but they turn up for the show and it's completely empty, and people are like, corporate booking hai and all of that.
Are we talking about someone specific, Sujoy?
सुनने में आया है.
According to Komal Nahata interviews.
Yeah, pretty much. Vashu Bhagnani's and Pooja Films and all of that, you know, all that jazz.
You know who I think does a lot of this? Matic Films.
Yeah, that too.
I remember when...
Because like they have tasted the success,
Yeah.
but they want that to repeat with every single venture, and every
Yeah.
single thing they do is not going to be as big as 3 and Street 2, but they have to keep on pushing the universe
Yeah.
to make it look like a success. So possibly they do that.
And sad because I've liked a lot of the Matic films that didn't work, you know, like that werewolf movie that Varun
Bhedia.
did, Bhedia. That was like a cute
That
movie. I
werewolf
don't know if you guys saw it.
I did.
But yeah.
Not at the cinema,
Yeah.
sadly.
See, I saw it at the cinema.
Hey, it released like very limited window,
Yeah.
and it was like it came out on a Friday and was gone by a Tuesday.
I don't know why that was.
Shitty Craig David song, but
And it was also like one of my favorite soundtracks for that year, by the way, which nobody else agreed with me. Everybody was just... I had Bhedia and Shamshera as like two of my best soundtracks, and everybody was like, what's wrong with you? But those were legitimately great soundtracks, you guys. Like, go back and listen to it. But yeah, that's sad.
so, like speaking of that, I don't feel like Dharma and Yashraj do that. I don't think they can be. I don't see them doing the box office manipulation, calling
But the
out.
conversation really exploded with Pathaan, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's where a lot of this happened. But I think, like, I don't, there's so many corporate partnerships and things like that. I don't necessarily feel like it's a theory, I believe. Like,
Yeah.
I'm with you on this one. I 100% believe these numbers are inflated. They also mention a lot of South movies that the tracking is just not accurate. And then they'll just like give numbers left and right.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard that one also. But yeah, I think really after Pathaan, but whenever it's Shah Rukh Khan, a lot of other narratives kind of come into the story where you're like, is it actually about this or is it actually about this, you know? So yeah, but I still believe what you're saying. I'm on board with this one.
Okay. What about you?
Final conspiracy theory I believe, and that is that Nikhil Advani did not direct Kal Ho Naa Ho, but it was Karan Johar.
If you had told me this, say, last year,
Yes.
I would have said 100% yes.
And I feel why you have changed your opinion is why I'm more adamant on it.
Okay. Well, we'll listen to yours.
Yeah.
But what changed in the last
So
365 days?
I think it was just that Nikhil Advani has been on a publicity
Yes.
blitz for something. I don't know what it was about.
Okay.
I think so he directed that series that he came, Freedom at Midnight, I think. Maybe
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
that
yeah,
what it
yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
Right? And of course, nobody cares about that. All anyone cares about is Kal Ho Naa Ho.
Yes.
Everybody is like, talk to us about that. And he said something about Karan helping him with something, but it really sounded like he worked on it.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, so then maybe he did direct it. Or
I'm not saying he wasn't present at the set. I'm not taking it that far, I just don't believe it. I don't believe it because, the thing is, Karan Johar is notorious for changing stories and giving it a spin and this and that. I just don't see it. I've seen the dude, Nikhil Advani, make so many movies. I have not liked any of them. None of them resemble Kal Ho Naa Ho. And Kal Ho Naa Ho completely resembles what Karan Johar does in terms of movies. It just doesn't make sense to me. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me, I will not believe it. I just don't think Nikhil Advani directed Kal Ho Naa Ho. I'm adamant
so.
on this
Two
one.
things here. Kal Ho Naa Ho is written. The story is by Karan Johar,
Yeah.
so it's a very Karan Johar world. It's Karan Johar's Anand, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then, but I see the direction part completely from Nikhil Advani. So I don't believe in your conspiracy because there is certain things. This is his first directorial debut, and there are things that he has done in this movie which are not visible in the language of this movie is very different from what Karan Johar does. The visual language as well. There's a lot of multi-camera stuff happening in just a single scene where you see two different scenes happening in the same frame. Which is I feel like a first-time director showing off that I can bring this. And that makes me believe that it's
What's an example?
The whole setting up Teen Teen Ladki In thing, it's done like a skit, an SNL skit, but it's very much multi scenes left and right happening in the same time.
Okay.
Which we have not seen in Karan Johar's movies.
But I think that's one of those era of filmmaking where those kind of things were just very popular.
Yeah.
And that's where they kind of I'm gonna counter everything you say. I do not believe it. Shah Rukh khud aake bolega, I will still not believe it. That's how far I believe this one.
There's one other thing when I can't remember which interview it was, but Karan Johar did say he's learned the most in terms of technical aspects of filmmaking from Nikhil Advani on the sets of Kal Ho Naa Ho.
So he was there.
Yeah, I mean he was there, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, I don't believe it.
But to give Asim credit,
Please do.
whenever the actors talk about Kal Ho Naa Ho, they never talk about Nikhil Advani. They only talk about Karan. When Saif says, how he felt insecure on the sets of Kal Ho Naa Ho, he wasn't insecure about Nikhil Advani. He was insecure about the fact that when Shah Rukh was doing his dying scene, Karan was apparently sitting behind the monitor weeping the whole time. And and Saif was just like, what the hell?
मेरे लिए कौन रोएगा?
Yeah.
And they reshot scenes, things that were in the beginning came to the end.
Yeah.
And the next movie he made was Salaam-e-Ishq, and I 100% believe that's a Nikhil Advani movie. You know what I mean? Because that seems to be all of the other movies he's made. It's a different genre, but I see Nikhil Advani in that. But I just don't see it in Kal Ho Naa Ho. I'm adamant on it. I'm not going to believe it. So these are 3 of the conspiracy theories that we believe. Let us know if you believe them or not, don't believe them, or leave in the comment section other conspiracy theories that you want to talk about. But that's it for this episode.